Morning, Ruth. What are we doing?
We're moosing.
We're moosing.
Woo!
How long's it been, Ruth?
The last time we went moosing was in Scotland in 2019.
All right, okay.
When Joe, backstage Canadian Joe, and I came over and hung out with you for Velodrome and all the way to France and Holland and Belgium and England. We went all over the place, didn't we?
So it'll be longer than that since we've both been in this hotel.
Yeah, this last time this was 2018 in the winter when we were down in Texas. And you flew home on your way. You stopped in at we spent Christmas with Teresa and Peter.
Yeah.
And Joe and I and the truck stayed at Lazarus.
Yeah. We got all the way to New Orleans.
And then Joe flew down and you didn't make it in. She drove it all the way back home after I sold my house and had some money to get it back.
Yeah. So here we are, it's working, it's spinning like a top.
Yeah, it's just a great truck.
So where are we going?
Red Deer to the Velvet Olive.
And you've got a gig
Tonight, that's right.
Is this a kind of warm-up gig for your launch?
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's a little bit of a warm-up. Just some of my friends who can't come to Calgary are going to come because I got the brand new CD, so it's like a pre-release show.
And the launch is at the wonderful Ironwood.
Yeah, it's on the 15th of August at the Ironwood Stage and Grill in Calgary.
We shall be there. The album is beautiful, Ruth.
Thank you, love.
And it's kind of well documented, but you financed most of the recording during the lockdown on returning deposits on plastic bottles.
That's right, bottles and cans.
Has anybody else done that? That must
Not that I know of, no.
That's amazing. So
everything is recyclable here in Alberta. They're refundable. From milk jugs to juice jars to bottles, cans, beer, wine, all of it. So I collected everything.
It's busy on the roads today, eh?
Aye.
I don't think we've passed the car. This is the main road to right here. It's the main road to Edmonton as well, is it?
No, we're the main road to Edmonton straight in front of us. We're heading west. And then we're going to cheat. We're not going to take the main road because it's here is too far west. We're going to cheat up the 791, which is a side road, but a real good one. Save ourselves about 15 minutes.
So the show on, is it Friday next week? Yeah. Thursday next week at the Ironwood Lounge. It's a full band show.
Yeah, I'm going to have a 7-piece band plus guests. We got Brady Enslin coming to sing the duet on Chelsea. And we got Sherry Bensmiller coming to play banjo. And my little sister's coming all the way from Vancouver Island to come and sing harmonies with me on the family songs. One about my dad and do the spoken word part that my dad would have done. And sing on Piano in the Field, but she co-wrote with me. She did most of the writing on it, actually.
So we're just about to run out of good road. Where are we now?
It's just a little stretch here.
Yeah. So I mean, there's an artistic element to the show, and you've got your exhibiting the cover art as well, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of artists, 7 different artists to make a piece inspired by the story of Piano in the Field.
Yeah.
And they'll be there, a bunch of them, with their original art. So we'll have that for sale. The original pieces that are in the album artwork, as well as, some cards, greeting cards that are made from the art, and the art that's in the CDs. There's a 24-page booklet with all the lyrics and the art and the stories.
You'll have those for sale, no doubt.
Aye, yes.
So, one other question. We're out here on the plains of Ontario.
Of Alberta.
Alberta, sorry. I'm still a bit jet lagged.
I bet. Especially because you fixed on the moose all day.
Yeah, we've been working the girl, and she's up and running and driving really well. So we're in Alberta. Was the piano abandoned near to here?
Yeah, the piano where we filmed the video was just back over that way a ways.
Yeah.
And right now it's in storage at my friend's.
Oh, so you've got the piano?
Still, yeah. When I get famous, we'll auction it off.
Yeah. Now, did you ever meet the actual owner of the piano?
Did I ever what?
Meet the actual owner of the piano, the person
The
that...
original gal who
Yeah.
had the story that was inspired the story?
Yeah.
No, I don't know who she is or what her name was, but I think she may still be around somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, it's a fascinating story in itself.
Yeah.
But as a metaphor for change, shedding skin and changing life.
Right?
Is that the inspiration as much as the piano itself?
Well, it's the piano is a metaphor for when we're trying to hold on to that which is creative and sacred to us, even though we're in dire circumstances, you know, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes we end up in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
dragging our piano with us. And the one we used for the video was 1,200 freaking pounds.
Right.
1898 upright grand piano. Oh my lord, when we went to pick it up at the place where we got it, the moving guy thought it was bolted to the floor. It was so heavy.
So that's taking the metaphor to an extreme.
Yeah, totally.
Well, the movie's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really beautiful. And the album's coming out on Thursday. I'm delighted to say that I'm here to witness that and help as much as we can. We will be broadcasting live from the event. I'll talk to Ruth at some point. We'll broadcast some stuff from the show tonight, and we'll be there to interview some of the people that are taking part in the event on Thursday as well. Also, the actual song Piano in a Field will be appearing on the Medicine Show radio, Medicine Show Records Looking for Canada media compilation, which we are releasing that day as well, and it's predominantly Scottish and Canadian artists. We'll be promoting that CD. Well, it's not going to CD, that's a kind of dead format these days, but it will be digitally promoted to the media both here and in Europe as well. So have we run out of tarmac road? No, we're going right. It does that though, doesn't it? It just runs out of tarmac.
End of the road. Oh, and there's the two ravens. Oh my goodness.
That's us. Thanks, Ruth. Good luck tonight with the
Thanks,
show.
Tom.
There'll be some of that show on the page that you're viewing this at the moment, and we'll be back. Well, we're off to Calgary. No, we're off to Edmonton tomorrow for the Edmonton Folk Festival, which starts on Thursday, and Moose is going to be in residence all weekend. So who knows who we'll be talking to and broadcasting amazing festival. So back at this time this weekend for the medicine show. We're in Alberta and loving Lucy. Ruth, it's good to be back.
Hi.
It's good to be back. It's us.
You should see my credit card.
There's 70 miles of ditch to get home.
Right. I tell you what, the season for bottle picking is the first thing in the spring, just as the snow melts. Especially when you hit like the corner of the 21 and the Pine Lake Road, or anywhere where there's like a party town close by before you hit the big highway. That little corner there, you can make like $25 an hour. As long as you get there before, you know, the pros, which I guess I consider myself now. Right? Professional bottle collector. Yeah. But you know, that's the whole point is that you don't need to be thwarted by the horrors of life. You just need to figure out a way. You just need to figure out a way, and it sucks a lot of the time. Sorry, pardon my language, but you know, seriously, like, things are hard, and it's a crazy world, and sometimes we don't know what to do, but you know, there's always a way if you just, you know, have some faith. And don't mind walking. Let's be back on. This is a song about a wanderer. I know one right over here, my good buddy Rob Ellen. He's come all the way in from Scotland. He's the original moose man. He's the one that has the moose in Scotland. He's a publicist and a music promoter and just a general good round guy, you know, all around. And he actually got the moose through some crowdsource. Well, once again, nothing says I love you like cold hard cash. Crowdsource fundraising, raised the money, we found the moose. It was actually funny. It's a funny story. So Rob and I had met in 2017 down at Folk Alliance, which is like a music industry conference thing. And then I went from there off to Nashville because, you know, I was in America. They let me in. I'm going to stay for a little while. So I went over to Nashville for a while, and there was Rob doing a showcase with some really amazing Texas writers. And I was like, I've got to sidewind my way into that somehow. So I picked up the hat and I passed the hat all around the club, because down in America you play for the door, just like we're doing here tonight. And Rob thought that was quite impressive, and somehow I managed to weasel my way into, you know, going to the after party and playing songs until the dawn with these amazing Texas songwriters. Anyway, segue. Move ahead a few months, and Rob and I were talking on the interwebs, and he's saying, you know, I've got to get a van, like a motorhome, in America, because I want to travel all around America. And I said to him, innocently enough, I said, oh, well, you know, here in Canada, we only drive them like, you know, 2 months of the year, and then they're parked all winter, so you can probably get like a really cool old one from, you know, the 1980s. It hardly has any miles on it and stuff like that. I'll see if my son can, you know, look, because my son's kind of into cars and stuff, and so I said, I'll see if maybe I can find one for you. And then 15 minutes later, he calls me and goes, right then, my ticket to Calgary's booked. I'll see you in February. And I'm like, you're kidding me. This was at Christmas time. I was like, are you serious? You mean, okay. So next thing I know, I got this crazy Scotsman coming over, and I'm supposed to travel across America. I don't even know the man from Joe. Like, right, hello. And so it's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? But by the grace of God, 2 weeks before we had to leave on this big trip, I found the moose. And my daughter and my community helped me. It was like minus 40 that winter. It was the 2018, and there was like 3 feet of snow everywhere, and it was super cold. My neighbors let me use their heated shop out at the farm, and we fixed up the moose, and my daughter did all the mechanical stuff. She's really mechanical, and she switched out the sway bar bushings and the distributor, and it's got a carburetor, so it's not exactly fuel efficient, but it's fabulous. And so I was thinking, yeah, I gotta go across America with this complete stranger. And of course, at that time, I was fundraising as well to do it because, you know, being a musician. And so I had written to my girlfriend. Her name is Joanne. We call her Backstage Canadian Joe because she doesn't like to be out in the forefront. Anyway, and I wrote to her and I said, hey man, you got $20 because I'm, you know, crowdsource fundraising all my friends and hitting them up for dough to go on this trip with this Scotsman that I don't even know across America. And she goes, ha ha ha,
no, I got no dough, but I can drive. And she was a professional driver. And I'm like, oh my God, brilliant. Okay, you're coming with us for sure, for sure, for sure. And so we commandeered Joe to come along on the trip. Now here's where it really gets funny. So we're in the old Moose in the van, and at the time I had a little dog with a diaper. Okay, she couldn't eat any solid food. She was like, poor little wee thing. And she was really a cute little dog. Her name was Booster because she'd survived by drinking Boost. Anyway, and she had to wear a diaper, and she had a cute little tail, and I have this diaper on her. Anyhow, like just baby diapers, you cut a hole for the tail with the scissors. And so there we arrive at the border. We've got a Scotsman, a singer, a beautiful blonde, and a dog in a diaper. And we arrived at the Coots border. And the border guard was just totally giving us the gnarl. What are you guys doing? How are you what do you think you're doing? And who are you? And why are you going? And what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. She was just grinding us, right? And then she goes, okay, we're going to put the sniffer dog through your trunk. So, and I go, oh, well, what should I do with my dog? And she goes, oh, well, bring the puppy wuppy in. Like she suddenly completely changed her tune. And she was like a dog-loving, dog-rescuing totally thing. And so, of course, I bring in Booster, the cutest dog on earth, in her widow diaper and a widow tail and stuff. And that border guard got down on the floor with the dog. And she's like, oh my God, she's so cute. And I just love, I've got 3 rescues too. Go to America and have a wonderful time, you guys. I just love you. Off you go. So Booster got us across the border, and we did 27 states in the Navajo Nation on 3 different trips, traveling all over, going from pillar to post, and going to the Folk Alliance and seeing every famous person, which Rob knows of every one of them, and all the sites like the Alamo and Hank Williams' grave and Nashville and Dancing Girls. It was unbelievable. But it was all thanks to Booster Sue. Anyway, that was a really long extended story.
Right, and I just wanted a real short one that I had to follow her here in my van. And I couldn't keep up, but nothing fell off this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We taped it really well today.
Yeah.
Rob was up early,
3
duct
rolls.
taping away. You can go and inspect it. It's just out in the parking lot.
We were supposed to meet at this intersection, and I hear this horn blaring, and this thing is hotter than I have to try and keep up.
And I was driving on the right side of the road, Tom.
That's right. That's how I knew it was her driving, not him, because he would have actually been driving probably 10 below the speed limit, but not her.
Okay, anyway, segue. Rob is a bit of a vagabond. He lives on the road full time, touring around and seeing all of the musical people. And literally, you guys, if you need to know anything about Scottish history or music history or just anything like that, ask Rob, Mr. Robin, right here. Vagabond, you never settle down. You're spinning your wheels like an endless merry-go-round. You don't have a place you can call a home, except for the moose. You're a vagabond, drifting like a rolling stone. Yeah, I had a woman's love, but everything went wrong. Lived yourself and died, and now you sing a different song. Like the wayward wind, a child of the underground. You're a vagabond, you'll never settle down. Like a freight train hobo riding on the endless rail. There's a place to sleep every now and then, but it's usually in the county jail. Vagabond, you'll never settle down. You keep spinning your wheels like an endless merry-go-round. You don't have a place you can sleep every now and then, but it's usually in the county jail. Vagabond, you'll never settle down. You keep spinning your wheels like an endless merry-go-round. And you don't have a place you can call a home. You're a vagabond, drifting like a rolling stone. Drifting like a rolling stone. You're drifting like a rolling stone. Boy, Tom, I sure love that crazy guitar of yours. It's so cool. You can play bass and then flip over to leads and then back into bass. It's like, he's flying like Boba.